Welcome back to another episode of Chat GRC on the Blue-Lusional podcast, where I, Devin, and Casey interview a new grassroots candidate every single week leading up to the midterms that are not being canceled. We are going back to the South here. Please introduce yourself and what you are running for.
I am Maura Keller, and I am running for Georgia's 3rd Congressional District.
Let's
Georgia.
go.
We did a wraparound. We were in the South for a minute, and then we ventured elsewhere. We come right back to the South.
Yeah. The
Yes,
South
please
needs attention.
don't forget us. We are forgotten far too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cannot forget Georgia.
Our party likes to forget.
Yes, but let's start with the basics. What inspired you to run as a grassroots candidate in this cycle?
So this is my second go-around. I ran in 2024, and it was an open seat.
Mm-hmm.
So my background is, I'm a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, 26 years, worked some time as an independent contractor at the Pentagon, went back to school, became a nuclear medicine technologist, and I ended up working at the Atlanta VA. And it was that was the catalyst, that was the boost that made me decide to run for Congress. When you see things that are not right and you try to fix them, because that's who we are from the military. We don't look the other way. And when I felt over time that I couldn't get things done for my veterans, it was like I can either be angry driving to work and coming home from work, or I could actually do something. And I thought Congress was going to be the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you made a move on that even before the Doge cuts started happening to the VA
Yeah.
because they're forgotten. The vets are forgotten. Like it's
Most definitely. Most definitely. And I'm lucky that I still have people at the VA because they feed me information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
Damn.
almost like Maura read Project 2025.
Oh, you want to see my book? It's tabbed. I bought, when they first started talking about 2025, I had bought the book and I had it. So when I was going around, I was talking about that book before the news started talking about it.
Mm.
So I knew that book inside and out.
Yep.
And they said you were fear-mongering, huh?
Oh, yeah. I cannot tell you how many times, whether it be on my social media posts, that they would tell me fear-mongering. But then again, everything I said, videos that I did about Project 2025, you can see them on my TikTok, fear-mongering. Yeah.
Yeah, like almost down to like in chronological order.
Like
It was really just so easy to follow. They told you when, how.
every author got a job.
Yep. Mhm.
So, I mean, you took action before. You knew it was going to happen. You read the book, you knew the playbook, and you knew, as somebody who has experience, what was probably going to happen now. And you were like, I have to get in now. And, we see so many people that this is their first run, that this year is going to be their first time ever running for any form of office. But I also love talking to people where this is their second or third or fourth time, because it can also, for some people, feel defeating. But for others, it's like, no, I'm going to keep going until I get it. People didn't listen last year. They're going to listen this year.
You're right. Because I felt there was a lot of lessons learned. And I did not want to leave those lessons on the table because we now know how to play the game. And that kind of sucks to say, but it is a game that you got to play. I was told how naive I was because seriously, my whole career since the age of 17 has been in the military or somehow associated. To think that I'm letting you know who I am and why I'm qualified for this job, that's not what the game's all about. They don't care if you're qualified or not. It's how much money you have, who you know. So, yeah.
She's got it. Yeah, you know how to play the game.
That's right.
So since you do know how to play the game, can you please tell people what a congressperson does and how they can use influence at the local level? Because I'm still arguing with people on the internet on how government works. They just don't know anything.
Okay, so we in Congress have two big things that we need to do. Number one is to legislate. We shape bills, we create the legislation, we deal with taxes and healthcare, and we debate. But the big important thing is to represent the people back home. And I find that the people that are in office are not representing their people back home. They have totally forgot them.
Yeah.
I mean, my guy is number one on the list. So yeah, so back home, we're supposed to help people, get through the red tape. If they're having problems with their veterans benefits, Social Security, healthcare, we're supposed to help that. I want to see me be able to bring money back home, not spend money other places, but to bring it back home. I have areas that still don't have broadband, which affects,
Wow.
okay, in the rural areas. And that's the thing is rural areas are forgotten. So that means the schools, small businesses, if you want to do telehealth, that affects them. Yeah. I want to be able to bring money back for the infrastructure because we have a lot that needs to be fixed in this area. Money for farmers,
Yep.
so that's how I see my piece. I'm supposed to elevate their voice in Washington. We're supposed to tell Washington what we want, what we need, what we expect, not for Washington to dictate back to us as to
Yep.
this is what we're going to do and I hope you like it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much a large group project. It's like the largest group project in this country because you need to go in there and you either need to find representatives who have the same issues they're trying to solve, get together, sponsor each other's bills, help write them and shape them, and then you have to get people to vote with you. So it's like you are probably spending, people don't understand, you're probably spending your days all over the place. I mean, it's
Well, what
not just you go to the chamber and you vote and you go back to your office and sit.
right.
Yeah.
And what you just said is I get my daily house bills every single day and throughout the day. So I know what's getting ready to go on the floor.
Yep.
The amount of bills that get introduced that end up going nowhere, the number of bills that get introduced with no sponsors. The thing is, if you're going to spend the time to write the legislation for the people, hopefully, that you're doing this for, you should get support,
Yep.
bipartisan support, so this can go through. Don't just pat yourself on the back because of what you
Yeah.
did. It didn't
Mhm.
go anywhere.
Don't do
Mhm.
it for the headline.
That's 100%.
You got to whip up those votes. You got
You
to whip up
do.
those
You
votes.
gotta take the time. And the second thing that I don't think the people do, and again, with my background as a strategic analyst, when you look at a bill, whoever it helps, you kind of pull that aside. But you gotta take a look at and say, who is it going to hurt? Now
Mm,
your job is how do you mitigate that hurt?
Yep.
And that's what you have to fight for, is to make sure that you're not putting people in harm's way for a bill that you want to push through. And I don't think they do
Absolutely.
that.
hear that,
No.
guys? Harm reduction.
No, they don't even fully read a lot of them, and we are
At all.
seeing Republicans right now try to hide things
Yeah,
in bills, like pass the SAVE Act in a bill that has nothing to do with the SAVE
Of
Act.
it.
absolutely.
So, you have to be on it, you have to be reading it, and sometimes they give you a bill at 9 p.m. and they say, "We're voting on it at 11." You have 2
Well, guess
hours to
what?
read it.
I'm not voting. If I
Yeah.
don't have the time, you just watch me. I'm not
Mhm.
voting.
Mhm.
That's what, yeah. There's so many times I've been like, why don't they just
Why
not?
are you guys
Why don't they just do what
voting?
Republicans do and just don't?
That's it. You giving me,
Just don't.
a 1,000-page bill. I mean, what is it, 900 pages?
It's
They're
900
literally like, you
two
read
Okay,
hours
read
to
this
read
Harry
it.
Potter book in 2 hours.
that's it. And so I hope you got like a whole staff of like 20 people. You're responsible for this 100 and that 100
Yep.
and tell me what I need to know. Yeah. Stop
Mhm.
playing the games and get to work.
Mhm. Right? It's
Seriously.
just like that's just really what it needs to be. And I loved this leads perfectly into the next question because I love that you said right now the representative has forgotten that a district exists that they're
Mhm.
representing. So you are in Georgia, you are with the constituents, you are talking to them. How are they feeling right now? We are over a year into this administration. What are their main concerns that you're like, these need to be addressed?
Where do I begin? So we can start with healthcare. So we already knew what they were going to do about the Affordable Care Act with the one big beautiful bill.
Mhm.
And so I told people, I said, you know what? Send me what your new premiums are going to be. Show me your before and your after. And guess what? They did. They were sending me what their former bills were and what they were now. And I would get back to them and I would say, so now what are you going to do? And they said, we cannot afford it. It's not in our budget.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of small, mid-sized businesses that relied on the Affordable Care Act for themselves and for their employees. And they're saying,
Mhm.
you've got to save it because if it goes away, there's nothing that we can do. But when people hear the Affordable Care Act, they think, oh, we're giving free stuff to people that aren't working and doing their fair share. And that's not what this is about.
Mhm.
And so that was a big one. The farmers were another issue. Again,
Yep.
they have been ignored. And I know nothing about farming. I mean, I kill plants. So I need them to teach me. So, but there's a lot of them are Republicans and they didn't want to talk to me. So when I did find that one farmer, I tracked him down. I mean, on a side note, we have a lot of data centers. Have you heard about them?
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah,
Okay, not coming to
unfortunately.
Georgia. So
things
anyways,
bad there.
this one farmer came to talk about this data center. And I was sitting in the room because I attend to all the meetings. And as he left, it's like, a farmer, I have got to track him down. It took me 30 minutes outside to talk to him to say, please talk to me. And he thought it was going to be I was going to come out with cameras. And I said, no, no cameras, just teach me. And I did. I worked on his farm for him to teach me what it was about ranching and what they had to go through. And to find out all the risks that they have to take to get a marginal profit in the end, all the hard work, no vacations, no time off. This is a 24-hour operation and they're forgotten. And I want to make sure that we don't forget the farmers. So that was another
Mhm.
big one. I had a small business talk to me. Um, they had, they served coffee and they said the tariffs were killing them because the coffee, however they buy it, was like $500 this month.
Mhm.
The
Yep.
next month was $800. And they said, here we are in the middle. We're not passing it on to our people because if we do, we'll lose customers. But
Mhm.
but now, since we're absorbing it, we're just breaking even if we're lucky and we still have overhead,
Barely.
we still have to pay. That's it. So
Mhm.
that was affecting them. Um, what else? Our veterans. Oh, hello. So we have, granted, they got a little bit better on the processing time, but we lost staff
Yep.
at the VA. And so it's longer appointment times. So yeah, there's a lot of people that were affected by this administration.
Yeah. Just a year in and obviously no end in sight, and we're telling everyone you're going to probably start to see the worst of it because they know what's coming. They know what's coming in November, and they're going to try and get everything that they want to get done in a very short period of time. And every time something happens, I'm looking at you guys running for office like I couldn't even imagine the list. It's like, all right, now we're gonna have to fix that when we get in. We're gonna have to
Mhm.
address that when we get in. It's just like I wish November was tomorrow.
Seriously.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking about that to the people. I said I'm going to lay out the strategy because one of the things I did was I was a forward thinker for the military. It's like, okay, if I was forward thinking for this administration, they're going to try to put forth everything they can up to the midterms, and there will be a point where they push back. But I'm
Mhm.
surprised if you don't win the midterm, everything else that they want to do is going to happen. And I
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
know how we're going to unwrap it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty much gonna be damage control when you get in, trying to figure out where it starts, and then the next 4 years or more are just going to be trying to undo everything and then move forward with what's left.
Accountable.
Hmm.
Can I add something if you don't mind?
Yeah, go for it.
So one thing, as I go knocking on doors, my seniors, I'm reminding them. I said, "Are you aware of the reduction you're getting ready to take in your Social Security? Can you live off of?" Because right now the numbers are going from 24% to 28% per the Social Security Trust Fund. Could you take, if you today had to take a 24% reduction, how would you live? And so many of the people I talked to said, A, I don't know what you're talking about. And B, if you made me take that, I'm having trouble just making ends meet with my money now. And I'm trying to tell them, I'm watching out for you because it's going to happen to
They're
everybody.
coming for you.
That's it. And this is nonpartisan. I don't care if you're Republican, independent, you voted, you didn't vote, everybody's going to be affected. And their eyes get so big. And so I try, and like I say, since this is a nonpartisan issue, that's in our benefit because
Yeah.
nobody else is talking about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do want to go back to farming for a second.
Sure.
Can you tell us about the Agricultural Rights to Repair Act?
This has been going on for so long. It's like more than 10 years. So
Yeah.
when a farmer buys his equipment, he has to take it back to the dealer in order for them to fix it. And farmers are jack of all trades. They know how to fix their equipment. But if they do, they lose the, what do you call it? Not the insurance, but the blank warranty.
I remember reading that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they lose the warranty. So it's not covered. But what happens is you got these big pieces of machinery. You now have to figure out how do you get it back to John Deere or wherever you bought it. It could sit there forever. You're doing without it. But this farmer has the wherewithal to go ahead and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're not allowing them to do it. So this is one of the things farmers have been asking for so long. Give them the ability to go ahead and fix their equipment.
Yeah. So
Autonomy. Like,
What?
give farmers autonomy.
yeah, I think that, there's been a couple candidates that we've talked to that are in areas where farming is such a large population of where they are.
Sean Harris.
And yeah, Sean Harris
My
in Georgia.
buddy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he is a farmer, so
Yep.
he lives it too. But, the fact that even he, who is a farmer, running for office as a Democrat, has had to fight so hard to even get farmers to hear him because Republicans have done a great job, and even MAGA has done a great job at using farmers and making them believe that they're going to do everything they can to help them. And slowly over the past year, we have watched farms shut down, farms lose employees, the tariffs, cost of beef, all of that has slowly burned them to the point where they're now, a lot of them aren't talking to anyone. They think the whole system's corrupt. Now they're like, I don't like Democrats, I don't like Republicans. And now we have these Democrat candidates like, please just talk to us. I just want to talk to you. So I love that you were like, I will come work on your farm, like just so that we can talk and I can learn and I can understand this because the people you're voting for right now are not helping you.
They're literally trying to take your farm. There's an
Because
app.
poultry, chicken farming is our number one industry in my 15 counties.
Mhm.
And it's because the big corporations, they don't have to worry. They're going to be taken care of. They're going to be given discounts and
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But it's the small farmers that are going to go under.
Yep.
And those are the ones they have to know that I'm trying to protect them because they need the seat at the table. And no, I don't think anybody has ever given them one.
Yep.
No.
And a good chunk are black farmers.
Yep.
Well,
Working
you
as
have a lot of previous knowledge with the military. You also have worked previously under the Secretary of the Department of Defense, and you have worked with the Pentagon. So, how would that previous experience working under the Secretary of the DoD and Pentagon add to your tool belt as a legislator?
I know bureaucracy. I got to see it working all the time if you were walking down the halls of the Pentagon, you know, and my soldiers knew there are two things don't tell me. It can't be done, or that's the way we've always done it. And that was always two things I would hear at various offices in the Pentagon. And the way I hear that is challenge accepted. So we can't keep on going with the status quo because we have to grow as the world grows. And so we have to make sure that everything we do isn't necessarily cast in stone, that it has to be pliable and mean something to the current situation. And if we can't be pliable, then we'll never continue to grow.
We gotta adapt.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
adapt. We literally have to evolve. This is the next step. We gotta evolve. We're plateauing right now. We gotta evolve.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. Think about everything going on in this current administration. We're going backwards. We're not going forward. We are going backwards. Let's go back to 1960.
Yes.
And
Yikes.
and a little bit before, so.
Yikes.
I mean, there is no end in sight to what's going on in Iran. It's a war. We're watching our military have their food rationed in front of our eyes in 2026. And how can you look at us and say we're going forward? 2 months in, rationing food, no end in sight, and you can't take care of your veterans here in the U.S. on U.S. soil. How could you ever say we are moving forward and not backwards?
And they continually say recruiting numbers are the highest ever.
Yeah, okay.
We'll wait and see how that goes.
We'll wait and see, because they keep giving bait. They're like, now it's 42. We'll raise the age. Hey, you don't need the mandatory flu vaccine. Come on down.
They're not coming. They're
Trying
just
to get
posting
them
with their
bait.
katanas on TikTok. They're not coming down to the enlistment office.
No, we need more people. I love this because we see candidates that come from all different backgrounds, but I truly love seeing candidates that have a strong background in the military, because I, for one, love that you guys are like, we're getting in there. I don't care. Like you said, I don't care if this is how you always did it. I don't care if this is how you thought you were going to do it, but we need to do it. We need to work as a team. But also, I think people who have the military experience also know how to reach across the aisle and handle and work with people with much different view sets than them. Like, you guys are like on
That's
another.
what it is.
On a couple of different levels. Number one is you have a mission, and everybody has to have a piece or a part of that. And we don't care what your color is, your religion is, what part of the service you belong. We don't care if you're enlisted or officer, male or female. We just know we can all work together. The second thing is being in the military. People are coming from such various diverse backgrounds all over the United States. So you learn to adapt and you learn from each other. And so it's easier than somebody who has never left their small town and has never seen anything else to somebody who has been in the military and has seen a lot of different things, and you learn how to work. So
yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things I learned about the military in the past year, whether it's, experts or like you or Sean or like friends we've made that are vets. They're like, the military is not one singular hive mind. It is right down the middle. It is right down the middle. They are not partisan. They don't lean a certain way.
To your point, there is a mission, and how can we all work together? It's not even how, we have to work together.
Right. Yeah. It's not like we can say, I'm not going to do that one today. Let's go find something else. You have the mission. You're going to figure this out one way or the other. We don't leave this room until we figure this out.
Yep. And that's what's going to need to happen, especially depending on how big this blue sweep is. You're still going to have to work with Republicans. You're still going to have to, co-sponsor bills and do legislation together. Like there's not going to be this divide that I think a lot of people are like, yeah, we'll never have to work with them again. Like,
Well,
no.
Until some of them are in handcuffs, you still gotta work with them.
So there's a caucus called the Problem Solvers Caucus, and that is who I want to be part of. It's Republicans and Democrats, and we know what's being legislated or what needs to be worked on, and we work together. So while the left is being very left or the right's being very right, this group here is working together to kind of figure it out. What do we have to do? And that's the group that I want to be part of.
Actually,
I want
shit
that
done.
committee.
I want that
Yeah,
committee.
right.
That's what I want to be on. Yeah.
To that point, what are your top 3 priorities when you get in?
Of course, veterans benefits.
Yeah.
Affordability, which is a huge umbrella. So it can be healthcare, actually finding a place to live. Like I get a 27-year-old that is still living at home. Unless he wants to live with 2 or 3 roommates, he's not going to be able to because the rates are crazy. And the other one would be talking about earlier, it was Social Security. Those are my 3 big things right now. But I have a laundry list.
So, yeah.
That's why we like asking.
When I ran in 24, I walked away with 5 3.5-inch binders of issues that I took from the people of the 15 counties. I didn't want them to be lost. So I broke them down by county, I broke them down by issue. Because if one person tells me, here's my issue, there's another 50, 100, 1,000 people with that same one. But because that one person spoke up, that's now on my radar. So my goal is to take those binders and to empty them because we actually did something. So I'll show you on day 1 in front of everybody, these are my binders. And then I want to be able to show you the days that, see, I'm pulling this out because we actually did something. I want to empty them.
She said, I will show you mine.
Yeah, done.
So everybody
Next.
doesn't want to share the files they have. Here are mine. Open book.
The Maura files.
The Maura files are right here. Open book.
There we go.
Yep, I know everything that's happening everywhere.
Yeah. She's doing it from the Problem Solving Caucus.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to say that Maura doesn't know what's happening in her district, even when she goes to Washington.
It's important.
Now you know those binders are even thicker.
Okay.
Some stuff has happened since then.
Okay.
A couple of things here and there.
But in order for all of this to happen, people have to vote in primaries and in the midterms. And obviously, after the most recent presidential election, a lot of constituents are feeling like voting doesn't matter, thinking voting isn't even going to be a thing come midterm time. So there are just a lot of people that are not bought in on voting our way out of this. So what would you say to somebody who is your constituent that's still on the fence about voting?
Well, for what you just said, it sounds like you've been with me when knocking on doors. And that was a huge thing that I heard over and over, especially in the rural areas, that they don't vote because they felt like their voice doesn't matter, their vote doesn't count. We talked about earlier how we are not covered in the media. The Republicans are covered in the media.
Yes.
The Republicans, the news will always say, my district is a very red district. They'll tell me, so the people will tell me, why vote? The news has already told me nobody can win because it's a very red district. And I'm like, okay, so let's go back to basics. If you don't vote, it will always be like this. If you don't vote, I don't want you standing behind me. I want you standing beside me. We are a force to go forward.
Yes.
They told me in one small town that there was this mayor they wanted lost by 150 votes. She would have been the first female mayor. She would have been the first Black female mayor. And I said, really? So, of course, me and my data, let me look. There's like 500, 600 of you that stayed home.
That's
What
the
do
one
you
that
think?
burns us up.
Yeah.
What do you think chances are should be in if you and the other person who says they don't matter and the other one, you would have had her in office right now. So you gotta give them hope. You gotta give them a reason. You have to have them tell you their why. What is your why right now that this administration is affecting? Because
Yeah.
your why has to be pretty damn strong for you to get back out. Because you know what? At some point, you have to give some tough love. Because how long have you been using that excuse? My voice doesn't matter. My vote doesn't
Thank you,
count.
Maura.
Okay.
Thank you, Maura. Thank you, Maura. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody needs some
Thank
tough
you.
love today, some motherly tough love.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
So, yeah. And those are the ones. If you feel that way, find 5 more of you that feel that way, and you all go to the polls.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
This is why when people go with well, nothing changes, everything, and then you see this so and so lost by 17 votes. I'm like,
Yeah.
because you didn't change it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Vote.
and 16 other people didn't lock in.
Mhm.
You listened to
That's
the
it.
propaganda.
That's it.
You suppressed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is the first time somebody's brought up the fact that when they're door knocking, people are like, well, the news told me it was deep red. There was no turning it. And it's like, of course that's what they're gonna tell you.
So
Turn that thing off.
So I started kind of railing against the media, and people were saying, you can't do that. And I'm like, why can't I? They said, because you don't want to piss them off. Why? You're not, it's not like you're doing anything for me. Maybe you'll
The
listen to
president does it.
I'm thinking, I'm going to call out bad behavior. And if
Mhm.
you don't like it, I'm sorry. Then relook at what you're doing. Because,
Jesus Christ.
what I see is they have to give us equal time. The bottom line is they just don't have to give it to you in a timely manner.
Yep. The
Right.
loopholes.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Find those loopholes.
That's it.
Yup.
And I would love to do a follow-up just because you're in Georgia with this. Are you recently seeing Republicans that have said, I've always voted red no matter who? Are you starting to see them saying that they are going to vote blue just because of how bad it's gotten?
You ready? I've already had, through email and conversation, Republicans pull me aside and say, look, for the primary, I have to pull a Republican ticket because there are some people that I want to vote for. But I'm telling you, in the general, I'm voting for you. I had some Army buddies contact me to say, Maura, I saw your article in the paper, and I want you to know you have my vote. I said, I appreciate that. He said, yeah, you're not that crazy left. And I said, I appreciate that. And they said, because we served with you, we know who you are and what you're about. And I said, okay, so-and-so, what are you going to do to help me reach more of those Republicans? I'll watch some comments that are on my social media.
Mhm.
I made a comment below it, and I said, you know what? I'd really like to have a cup of coffee with you. And oh, by the way, I saw your picture. Were you military? And we had a little conversation. He said, yes. We had an hour and a half coffee. And he sent me a message, says, you're as a Democrat. And I said, well, you're not so bad as a Republican. And he says, let's have coffee again. And so we're going to have coffee again. But the thing is, we
can
both,
reach them.
well, that's it. And again, the issues we're talking about that are caused by this current administration are nonpartisan. Affordability, nonpartisan. Data centers in your backyard, nonpartisan. These are all the things that we can work together on. So yes, I think I have some votes from Republicans.
some hope core that we wanted to give people because
Okay.
obviously, with I think a lot of things went into perspective with Iran because that was not very America first, and a lot of people that made them kind of turn and go, ooh, well,
Mm.
if we keep voting in people that are Trump loyalists, then they're just going to do whatever he says, and that's not very America first. And now people are opening up the idea of not voting within their party, which I think has been throughout history really hard for Republicans. Even some Democrats I know in some ways will vote independent, they'll vote Green Party, they'll vote Republican, but Republicans are very loyal to their party. And so to see them saying either I'm not going to vote or I'm going to vote Democrat if I have to is a revelation that I think a lot of people never thought they'd see in this lifetime.
Wild. It's very
So that's
wild.
why I was like, I have to ask in Georgia if you're seeing that because
Yeah, there are some people. I mean, and we see some of our small races. We've seen some of our special races that
Yep.
the
Yep.
PSC race that we just had, the Public Service Commission, we put 2 people from the Republican run for what, 20-something years? We're seeing
Yeah.
small commission, county, city council people getting elected that has always been Republican. So that's a tell.
Yep. It
I
is.
love it. I love a good tell. I'll take that. Okay. I'm interested in this answer. We're at the fun portion. So, if you are president, who is your dream VP, living or dead?
Living, it would be Roy
Living.
Cooper.
Roy Cooper. Roy
Ooh. I fuck with Roy
Cooper.
Cooper.
I
I
feel
fuck
like
Yeah.
with.
he's
He
never
doesn't
been
lose
in that
elections.
high.
And he knows, again, heavy Republican, Democrat. He's worked at
Mhm.
various levels within the government. He knows how to work with people. And when it's
Mhm.
about the people and not the party, look at how successful you can be. And that
And
is
he
the
loves some Roy.
I love Roy Cooper. And my second would be Andy Brashear. If I
Yeah.
had to have a backup.
Yeah.
If
That's not
Roy's
bad backup.
if Roy's not available, Andy,
And if Roy's not
but but
Andy's option.
I'd
That's our
like, yeah,
succession. Speaker of the
he
House.
see? So,
He's pretty progressive.
He is.
Uh, like high key, but he doesn't get enough props for that.
right.
He's very progressive. I like that. People want him to run in 28.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
might
let's
get up
figure this
there.
year
He
out.
might who knows? It's just
Let's
gonna
figure
be
this year out
where
first.
everybody's at. But yeah, Roy
I like
Cooper,
that.
love that.
I like
I
that.
think that would
That's
be a great
solid.
ticket. It would.
That's a solid
I think it
I
would
cabinet.
just
go
think, man, he would be on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
it would be fun. It would
Yes.
be productive, it would be fun, it would be safe. It would be
Yeah.
great.
It would be safe. We don't.
We just
No.
wanted to I
No,
just
we
wanna feel
don't.
safe.
Yeah.
So, I think that's where we're at.
Yes.
But we do like a what would you rather? What do you think will happen first with evil politicians or evil members of this administration? So this one's more of a fun one. What order of events do you think will happen first? Do you think Caroline Levitt's going to have her baby first, or do you think Kash Patel is going to be fired first?
Oh, she'll have the baby
You
because
think she
this
can have the baby
this
before he's fired?
You never
administration does
know.
not fire men. We don't fire the men. And the thing is, they will double down on the men and get behind them and keep them on board because Patel should have been gone.
Yeah.
Hegseth definitely should have been gone. I mean, let's just keep the list going. These are people.
Cash might be next. According
well,
to Politico, he's next.
I thought Hegseth was going to go.
Oh no, he's too committed to committing war crimes. So they're like, we got to keep this guy.
That's war crimes, 100%. This
Yeah, he's the only
administration
one stupid enough.
I think Cash might be the one man they do fire, but I do think it's going to take, it is going to take way more than what Kristi Noem did or what Pam Bondi did. And who knows, Caroline Levitt could have this baby and get fired before Kash Patel.
Oh, so, and I look at, when the rumor was going around that he could possibly be gone, what did he come up with? Who was he going after? He just said he was going after somebody. Oh my gosh.
When Caroline said that?
No, Kash Patel. When he came up and
Atlantic?
It wasn't the Atlantic, but he was going to go after somebody else. And I can't think of it. Yeah. It was something Trump wanted one of his enemies. And Kash Patel was going to go. It wasn't Comey, it was another one. But I'll think about it. You know what? I should probably go to that betting website. And we should probably do that because we could probably make a lot of money. And then I can fund my campaign and I don't have to ask for any more donations. Here we go.
Boom. This administration loves gambling.
That's right.
Yeah, I hope that by the time you are elected, that Kash Patel is no longer.
My God.
Yes. And we need regulations on that gambling. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's not at the top, but
yeah. No, you're right.
We need that.
Yeah.
Part of the lottery list.
Yeah.
We need that. Too much money laundering going on.
Yeah, market manipulation, trading stocks on the House floor. It's just
betting sites. It's too much.
We're done.
It's too much.
Done with that.
All right. So, in Georgia, when we come to see you,
okay,
after you win,
okay,
what is your hidden?
When you win.
When you win.
Yes.
When you win.
When I win.
What is your hidden gem? Where are we going after we come from Sean's farm?
Yeah. We are going to Dad's Garage.
Dad's Garage?
Dad's Garage. And that is a comedy center in an old church in Atlanta. I'm
it's like
telling
a hole in the
wall? It was an old church that they renovated and they do shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They improv. These guys are awesome. Awesome. So you gotta go look them up. They are phenomenal. They put on different shows all the time, especially when there's like audience participation. You put some stuff in the cards, they'll pull them up and they'll start doing the show and you're like, it's really entertaining, really talented people.
Okay. So we have some Atlanta entertainment.
Yes, we need to laugh with everything that's going on.
And it'll be even funnier because when you win and there's a blue sweep, it'll be so much easier to laugh.
Yes, it will.
Sigh.
A collective sigh of relief and finding joy in things again. So yeah, I do think we need to go to a nice comedy show, watch
there we go.
And not have this looming cloud of doom that's always behind it right now. But
and then the next day, everybody get to work.
Everybody get to work. Yes. Then Maura has to go, and then it's time to go to work.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. Well, before we end, we want to give you a chance to shameless plug your socials, your website, where people can donate, and if you have any events coming up where people could come and meet you that live in your district.
So maurakeller.com is my website. You can contribute to Act Blue through there, or you can send checks. On the bottom, you'll see the address that you can send it to, because some people just don't want to do Act Blue.
Thank you.
I am on every single social media you can think of. If you go to my website, you can find all the social media icons and you can click on it.
Good site.
I try to stay really in tune to what's going on. And everything I do, of course, is fact-based. I want to keep people informed because if you're not informed, you have no idea what's going on. And and now I also have to do a little bit better job keeping my calendar up to date. But on my website, we'll have my calendar of all the places that I'm supposed to go to. And you can usually find me on there.
See?
Love it.
She's trying to make it easy for you to find her. And then
just go to the website.
On her post and ask to go to coffee, and Maura will take you.
You want to have coffee? I see. My word is my bond. In the military, that's the thing, is I tell you I'm going to do something. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you something that I'm going to do. So you want a cup of coffee? Come on.
Ooh, I
Yep.
Come on.
like that. I
See?
like hearing that.
See?
Okay, yeah. I
And
like hearing
Maura,
that.
let the people in your district know that might not know, when is the primary?
Guess what? Yesterday was the first day of early voting. And so yesterday, the April 27th and May 19th is the election day. So we need people to come out to vote.
Hmm?
I hate to say it, but Dems, you do not come out to vote in the
They don't.
primary.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to dig
Talk about
deep.
it.
You got to find it, dig deep.
Gotta want it.
And you got to come out and vote in the primary. So,
Yes,
because
please.
Early voting, right? She just said early voting just started. You can go early. If you do a mail-in, do it right now. Do it right now. Send it in.
100
If dropping it off at the ballot,
ballot.
do that before. Don't wait till the last minute. Please, guys, don't
Be
wait.
your last time to vote. Because this administration, if they have a chance to find ways that you can't vote, they will find ways. Georgia tried to put all together these voting laws for, coming up with solutions for a problem that did not exist.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so don't let them take away your voice, your vote, because I hear it. I'm here to represent you, and I'm not going to let you down. So get out to vote. So I got work to do.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
wish I could move to Georgia right now. I'm feeling it, It
yeah.
just, I have such good feelings about Georgia. Just seeing the last special election for Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat and seeing how close Sean came in a very deep red in a very deep red district, seeing how close it was just made me feel really good. So I am so
Big
excited
swing.
to see
That-
what happens in the next couple weeks. But guys, please check your voter registrations before you go. Don't get there and then there's an issue. And worst case scenario, you get a provisional ballot. Contact Maura if there's a problem.
That's right.
Right?
Hit her up.
That's right.
Hit her up if there's a problem. If there's a poll turning you away, if something goes down, let Maura know. She has a voice. She can figure it out.
Yeah,
Nobody's
we'll
not
get
voting
office.
under her watch.
That's right. That's right. Like I got my fighting pants on. Okay, so
No
I'm
funny
not.
business.
That's it. That's it.
They're
Yes.
gonna try to pull funny business. They're gonna try to pull it. Like
Mhm.
Maura said, they will find it.
Always.
They're gonna up to all their shenanigans. So you have to want it. You have to want it bad enough that even if there's roadblocks, you find a way around them. So call the news stations if something's going wrong. Call Maura's team. But the last thing you need to do is go there, get turned away, get in your car, and leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do
Don't.
that. Do not do that.
You gotta vote.
Yeah, this is
My website. If you are in my district, go to my website because I have your by county. You click on your county, it will tell you the time and where you're supposed to be. So there's no
Look
excuse.
at that.
I'm trying to give you a one-stop shop.
Yeah, no excuses, okay? If you're watching this right now and you're in that district and you haven't voted yet, then you need to vote in the next 24 hours.
Yep.
There, I said it. Chop,
Yeah.
chop, right? And
That's it.
then we will have Maura back on when she's in office to tell us all the great things that are happening. That's how we are running things here.
Well, so you'll come to Washington so we can do
Yes.
this
Yeah.
live in my
Yeah.
office.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Look at the
Okay.
We'll be
binders.
there.
We're going to come look at the binders.
So I'm saying this on the 28th of April at 9:05 p.m. You can take that to the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there with the binders. We'll be like the people who, the
We'll be looking
influencers
through.
that they gave part of the Epstein files
That's
to.
it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have binders. We're gonna be part of that.
That's my job.
Influencer crew. Yeah.
That's
So
it. We're going to
that is
empty the binders.
Yeah. So you have to
You're
vote
like,
so that we can do that. If that's all that matters to you guys, vote for her so that we can get
if
up
you
there.
want to,
Yeah.
you want to see us sort through binders
Binders?
live.
Come on now. But yes, please vote, everybody. Be informed. And Maura, we want to thank you because we know that you are in the busiest time right now. And you coming and spending an hour with us is amazing. We are so grateful that you are running, and we are so excited to see what the future holds. I have really good feelings about it. Devin does too, that we're going to be seeing you on that ballot in November. No problem.
Thank you guys. Again, you giving us the voice is so important for us candidates. And words of thanks just never seem to be enough. So again, I appreciate both of you.
Yes. And again, guys, this is Maura. She's running. She's a grassroots candidate. She's not taking these big corporate PAC money. She is running for the people to represent the people. This is who we have on every single week. Candidates just like Maura. And we're going to do this again all the way up until November. We're not stopping. So make sure you're tuning in every single Thursday for Chat GRC and checking that voter registration and voting. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Maura.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.